So thank you all for joining. I'll start recording for others and to upload on YouTube. So yesterday's session, last session, section 12, we covered health check board and the reports type in Office 365 and about the additional services, mail flow on-premise and exchange online, internal, external mail flow. Hope you got chance to go through the recordings. So we have covered around page 82, 83. So I think we have very less people interested in Office 365. If that's the case, we can start Azure AD or cybersecurity. I'm audible, guys. Hello, hello.
Yes, Shekhar.
Okay, so we can start since we have just four people, but that's okay. All configuration beneficiaries. Since we covered till page 89, sorry, 82, 84 last time, so I'll cover more videos if uploading. Yes, okay. Yeah, so we covered message trees in our last video, and also we covered why do we choose message trees, why we need message trees, and what is mail flow and all that. Hi Ali. So Ali,
Hey,
you said you have
yeah,
experience in migrations, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So we have Sham who is more interested into migration. So we'll be covering some topic on our next coming weekend on the migration. You can cover some topics.
Yeah, sure, sure, definitely.
So on this Saturday we'll be covering migrations. Vasant.
Actually, this week I'm going some outside.
Okay.
Actually, this week is a Ramzan.
Okay.
I'm planning to go in my father-in-law's house.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
So we have migration specialist Vasant. Since you are interested in migration, we have Muhammad Ali who will be covering the migration sessions with us. Okay. So as per his availability, we'll start that. So
Sure, Shekhar.
thank you, Ali.
Yeah, sure. Now, which topic is going to cover today?
Yeah, today we will cover, as per I have prepared a book of training. So since we started from beginning, yesterday we covered message trace and why we do
Okay.
message trace. So I have shown mail flow from scratch, how the mail flow works in on-premise and exchange online, internal, external. Hope it was clear and I was able to explain mail flow. So we'll start from there only.
Okay.
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 So, since we understood what is mail flow is a pattern when mail flow from one hop to another hop. So, whenever we type an email in an email address, mails is required in every industry, no matter if it's in banking industry or it's a customer service or it's a retail store or it's a hospital. Emails are needed everywhere. That's the reason Office 365 jobs and exchange jobs is in every industry, no matter it's an IT or non-IT. Even if it's not IT industry, they give their projects to IT industry, but they need employee. So the jobs are still there, and it will always be there because no matter what technology comes, the AI and none of the automation can take away the jobs of administrator. So it can reduce, but still, it's more secure and the best stable platform to have your secure job and utilize your experience. So why we need to trace emails in terms of somebody reports that I have sent an email, but the other person is not receiving. This kind of issues we generally get when we have a hybrid environment. We have cloud and we have on-premise both, or we have any third-party applications, or we have any third-party softwares which we are supporting. So in that case, we need to troubleshoot mail flow. So to troubleshoot mail flow, we need to have some the basics, as I mentioned in my previous calls. We need to have the genuine questions. Probing is the main key of troubleshooting on mail flow. So going on the portal, clicking on next is not the concept here. If you know how to trace the emails, you can go to mail flow, you can go message trace. But most of the questions, most of the answers comes from the troubleshooting probing questions. So Ali, since you have experience, Vasant, you have experience. If I am a customer and if I open a case, what all possible questions you'll ask to end user for troubleshooting email flow issues?
Yeah, sure. Mostly we are receiving external emails related cases.
So the
Internal is
first
just reporting
question would
to
be:
not
is it
receiving.
internal emails or external emails?
Yeah,
Right?
both are we are receiving this type of tickets, internal or external emails not receiving.
So what kind of tickets do you get in such mail flow issues? Like we are not able to receive email from outside, we are not
Yeah,
able to
outside
receive,
or inside, both.
or both. So what
Both.
we, yeah.
And
So
at the same time, attachments also. Mails
attachment
is
missing. Yeah, that is
yeah,
also comes under
attachment
mail
is
flow
missing.
issue. Attachment missing. Any other, Vasant? You are also in Office 35.
Sometimes is receiving some only NDR report,
Yeah. So
not
if
email.
if we are not getting emails from one particular country or domain, right?
Yes. Another thing, a user receiving, a internal user receiving for quarantine related emails. This
Emails
email is
are
already is quarantine.
going into quarantine.
Quarantine.
Spam and quarantine.
This mail is delivered to directly is a junk folder.
Mails are getting delivered in junk folder.
Junk folder. Yeah. Sometimes mails received to direct user mailbox, but it's not delivered to the inbox. It's delivered to the different folder because of inbox rules.
Correct, correct. Sometimes mails are going into wrong folder. So these kind of comes under mail flow issues. So why
Yes.
we need message trace? Message trace, as a name explain, it trace your message path. that whenever an email travels, as I mentioned in my mail flow sessions, that whenever we have mail travels, it travels from one path to another path, and these paths call hopes. So if I paint here, let's suppose Vasant started email typing. It's an outbox. Then it went to store driver, pickup directory, pick up the email. Then it went to categorizer, emails being categorizer. Then it went to uh, internal or a remote queue. Remote queue it will go to if it's outside email. Then local queue it will go if it's an internal mail. So based on the mail domain, it will decide that. Then after that, it will go to port SMTP 25 and goes outside of a company. Now it will go to the public DNS and ask for MX record. From here, it will get the MX record details. After getting the MX record details, it will again go into the same flow into the recipient company. So they also have same patterns, like it will go to their inbound connector first, then it will go to the you know first it will go to the edge folder, then it will go to inbound. From the inbound it will go to EOP. The EOP will run their functions, content categorizations, content filter, spam malware filter, anti-spam, transport rule, everything will be mentioned as I discussed in my last session. Once it's past the EOP filtering services, then it will go whether mail is centralized or decentralized. So centralized something when emails route to the on-premise first, and decentralized means when MX record is pointing to cloud and it goes to cloud, but people still want the mailbox is on-premise. So then it's how travel from on-premise to cloud. So there are so many scenarios. So this is our on-premise and this is our cloud version, for example, and user have some VP or some higher position guys or some banking projects, banking managers or banking financial department, their mailbox are still on premise, but they have a setup, hybrid setup. The hybrid has a AD Connect installed, so which is connected to your cloud as well and which is connected to your on premise as well. So if your mailbox is on premise and MX is pointing to cloud, then still it will go through the policies, EOP policies, and it will go through the transport rule, whatever it's mentioned there. Then it will find out the mailbox is on premise. It will go to through your AD connector, and it will or the smart host. It will go to the on premise servers to deliver the emails, depending on where the mailbox exists. So in this mail flow, we have so many technology and so many terms and so many conditions, so many things behind the scenes which is part of mail flow. Like I mentioned just now, smart host. Then I mentioned the connectors. Then I mentioned the you know uh, the transport rule. Then I mentioned the content filter, EOP. So all needs to be part of troubleshooting of mail flow issues. So mail flow is the most toughest part into Office 365, and in Microsoft, uh, there are dedicated team who only works for the mail flow. So that this is how big it is, the mail flow. All right. So we will go ahead and with the help of Ali and Vasant will take the scenarios of troubleshooting. Okay. So I need to find out where the notes I have taken. Anybody has that notes? No. I have pasted something. Can you paste me that link of where we take notes, takeaways? I always miss that part somewhere. I'm just finding that Google Docs. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So I'll try to copy paste this is in our lab scenario where our, so this is our Google Docs and I'll try to put there and to take away. Okay. So since I mentioned earlier that this is our AD Connect and how the connection works, and this is Mail Flow. So Mail Flow is very bigger picture to troubleshoot any issues, and it has multiple things to cover up. Especially uh, if you talk about smart host, if you talk about content filtering, that all comes under Mail Flow troubleshooting. Okay. So Vasant or Ali, can you give an example of troubleshooting steps for any of the mail flow issues?
Yeah, first we are receiving details. We need to take from the details from the user for the related for the sender email ID and the receiver email ID
Okay.
and the date and time. We need to go and filter. We need to check uh, sender receiver both date
ID,
and
date and
times.
time. Okay.
Date and time.
Any
If you,
subject,
if
any
you
subject specific.
yeah, subject line. If a user having a someone shared the same mail having any other email, we need to take the message ID also.
Okay.
If
Perfect.
user have
So most of the scenarios I have seen, whenever user is trying to send attachment, so attachment get missed. So why attachment? While we learn mail flow, we have so many things to cover up. So attachment missing happens due to DLP policy, due to third party
POP
services,
policy,
POP
PO policy,
policies, so that is matching with the attachment. Sometimes customer do have their Facebook URL or their Instagram follow URL or LinkedIn URL or any social media URL into their signature. So that also comes under the content policy, which is on the filtering. Some companies don't allow social media into any signature. So there are some transport rules comes under mail flow troubleshooting. Some companies they have put up the transport rules that do not allow word such as love, sex, credit card, F words. So if there are some words which is meeting these kind of policies as per the transport rule, so they will block the email or take the action according to the conditions which is meeting in the mails. So that's the reason we have this kind of issues. So if you take one by one issues, if we have attachment issue, missing attachment, we try to check. What we check, we try to check whether customer is using any third party tool for mail filtering. Third party tool like uh, there are so many third party
proof
tools.
point, proof point.
Proofpoint, yes. So you log into Proofpoint, we will see whether this email was triggered there or not. So when we have the Proofpoint, Proofpoint is one of the technology which filters the email. So in the mail flow itself, we have to build the connectors. So when you talk about mail flow, we will talk about connectors as well. Okay. So connectors, as name says, we have a component called connector, and that component connector means uh, it's a it's a kind of component which has a pathway. So connector is something, let's suppose this is our cloud and this is our on premise, and this is your AD sync server. So AD sync server has job to sync ID, passwords, and everything from on-premise to cloud and cloud to on-premise. But while traveling email will not travel through this path. So connector also calls smart host. So they will configure some smart host inbound and outbound connectors to their dedicated servers. So one connector will be created. By default, we have two connectors in cloud. One is inbound connector, one is outbound connector. So outbound connector is responsible for outbound emails, An inbound connector is responsible for inbound emails. And this is one of the interview questions, that how many default connectors created into cloud. So the answer is three. Generally we say two, inbound and outbound, but the third one is for NDRs and some applications and dedicated smart hosts, which are not commonly used, but they are for troubleshooting in terms of having such application issues or dedicated smart hosts. So connectors are the components which has the kind of secure pathway which has the dedicated IP address of our, so outbound connector will have the IP address of our dedicated servers where the email is supposed to be route. So it will not route through our AD connect servers, it will have direct route connections. In the AD connector, if you open the connector settings, you will see it has, when you configure a new connector, you will see it will ask for a name of the connector, then it will ask for any specific path, and then it will ask for the sender IP and the recipient IP. So that is the outbound connector. Similarly, we have inbound connector. So inbound connector will have the similar settings, but it will ask for, when you create an inbound connectors, it will ask for whether it's this inbound connector is from specific smart host, or you want to receive an application from dedicated path, or you want to receive an email from dedicated domain name. So why do we have such kind of connectors in place? Let's suppose we have a hospital, and in the hospital we have everything on the cloud, but whenever any MRI reports comes, so these MRI reports needs to scan from a department whose mailbox isn't down, or which application is still on on-premise, and they don't want to migrate that application onto cloud, because to migrate that application to cloud they have to pay for their license to on the cloud services. They still want to use their on-premise existing environment which they have already paid. So that scanning machine, or NRI machine, or the X-ray machine which is dedicated for that kind of reports, is an on-premise. So what cloud will do, we will create a connector here on cloud, that any email which is related to need any kind of reports to be scanned, that will go to your on-premise machine where this connect is being configured, and from there it will scan the machine or generate the report, will connect the report and send it back to the user. So that's the different purpose each connector they have, that's called connectors. So if I show you practical, and please Ali and Vasant, please add if you want to add something in this. Okay.
Actually, I'm not aware of the this thought type of connector.
Okay.
The first one, inbound, outbound, I know.
Yeah, inbound, outbound, because this is the basics one which everybody use. But the smart host and dedicated connectors are also being used for troubleshooting purpose for application issues. Let's suppose you have Amazon configured in your company, and now Amazon company, or let's suppose you have a billing department. If now billing department is saying that whenever we generate an emails, the person should receive an automatic email. Now the emails are not received by the customers, and nobody is saying that they have received the emails. So how do you troubleshoot this issue? That is also one of the mail flow issues, right? So you will log in.
Okay.
That is also one of the mail flow issue, which is not covered
Okay.
into our this. How do you troubleshoot this?
I have one doubt here.
Uh-huh.
If you our company are using this multiple applications, if you then we can create a multiple connectors.
Generally, in this case, we have a dedicated on-premise server where we route one connector to the dedicated on-premise server, and then we configure all these required application to that particular server itself.
Okay.
So our troubleshooting concept is to understand where is the root causes. If you know where is the root cause, you will be able to troubleshoot. If you if you don't know, see, going to message trace, what you will see, your purpose is not to see message trace, right? Your purpose is to fix this,
Investigation, identify the
investigate,
issue.
identify the issue and fix this, right?
Okay.
So to fix this, let's suppose I went to this message trace. So this message trace has sender email address. When you do message trace, what all information you need? Sender email address, recipient email address. If you want to troubleshoot for dedicated person, then you want to do the time zone, that when the email was sent, then the start date and the end date, and then sender subject. If you want to specify any subject line, you have that option. Then you have delivery status, whether you want to the failed message, you want to see the pending message, quarantine message. So it has filter option. Then you have message ID, and it's not mandatory to fill them all. The only mandatory information is which is sender, recipient, and that's it. And you can message trace through a particular IP also. If you know that email was sent from this particular IP, if you know that that particular application was configured on this particular server, which IP is this, then why you want to troubleshoot throughout Exchange? You just type that IP, right? Email was supposed to come through that IP. If your colleague has received that email, but you did not receive that email, then you get that email from that colleague. You see that which email address it was coming from. Then you can dedicate see the subject line and see your email where the email went to. So most of the mail flow issues stuck on the email goes to the junk folder, email goes to the different folder because of the inbox rule clashing. Customer create multiple rules, like if somebody has created a inbox rule, say that if any emails comes from a manager, it goes to manager folder. But they also have created another rule that any email which has a subject line of important goes to my important folder. So Outlook get confused, and Outlook get confused that whether, even if the email is coming from manager, but even it has a another rule which says important, but this email meets both the categories. So Outlook get confused in such emails. Outlook delete the email, or Outlook junk that email, or Outlook mix that email. It's missing. So that's the reason. Most of the time, the troubleshooting questions resolve the problem itself. You need to understand. You need to probe the customer properly. If you probe the customer properly, you will jot down the issue. You will narrow down the issue to the point, and that's the only purpose to have a deeper conversation on mail flow issues, because that's the most common and most toughest part into support industry for Office 365, because most of the admins, they only know these things: message trace, sender, receiver, and go and search here, it will show where the message is. But customer will say why the message is going to this folder. Then you need to identify, you need to open the email where the email went. Then you need to see what all inbox rule he has configured. He has configured the inbox rule which says if the manager send an email, it should go to manager folder. He has also configured another rule which says if the email contains the word called important, it should go to the important folder. So the Outlook got confused, and that's how you need to teach them that that's the reason it went to this folder. Understood? And for spam issues and quarantine issues, we have something called SCL, a value called spam level of
Spam confidential level.
confidential level. So there's something in security which comes the categorizing the email spam
Confidential level.
confidential level. So if it's 0 to 4, it always go to inbox. If it's 5, then it goes to junk or to quarantine. But if it's 6, then it goes to spam automatically. So these also being by default, it's 4 from Microsoft, but you can configure it or customize it based on organization requirement. Okay. Then we have, message trace. Any other question to message trace? Anything should we highlight, Vasant and Ali?
Yeah, yeah, another one scenario. If you email size more than 35
Perfect.
MB,
Thank
that
you.
time also it's going to stuck that email.
So there is something called a default size. So this is also one of the interview question. So by Microsoft, by default, Microsoft has earlier it used to be a 35 size. Now I don't know it has been increased or not. 35
It's
MB.
as of now it's 35, but
Okay.
this company's is customized to 25.
Okay.
Depends on the organization policies.
Yeah. So why? This is also one of the interview question that I'm sending an email, and email is not received by the recipient. He says I didn't receive email. So how do you troubleshoot? So being an admin, you will say, okay, I'll try to send a, I'll probe the customer that whether was there any attachment in the email, and customer says yes, there was attachment in the email. Then we'll try to send. Hold on, having a glass of water, guys. Just 1 minute, please. Yeah, thank you. So attachment missing. So attachment has you will ask what is the size of attachment. So customer are non-technical. They are doctors. They are nurses, or they are salesmen. They don't bother about what is the size and why you bother about size. Sometimes what happen in a store, customer is trying to return the item to the seller, and they take all the pictures from iPhone, and they put them all the pictures into one folder, and they try to zip the folder. The folder is 50 MB size. Then the email will not go because Microsoft has default limit of 35, less than 35 size. So then they will complain that this is important, I need to send it. They need to educate the customer that you break into two folders, then you send it to two folders, but you cannot send. And in interview also they ask if email is, my email is 35 size, 35 MB, still it's not going. So you need to answer it in a way that by default Microsoft keep 10 MB as a spare size for keeping the hope stamping. So whenever we do message trace, if I see, if I show you live example, let's suppose this is my email with something called message header. So Microsoft keep 10 MB as a size for message headers. So that 10 MB Microsoft doesn't allow you to use. So technically, if it's Microsoft default size is 35 MB, still it allow you only to send an email of 25 MB. So in Outlook, how do you get message trace? You go open an email, you click on property, and you get message trace. In my Gmail, it's not showing. I'll show you what is message trace. Yeah, this is message trace, right?
Message header.
Yeah, message header, sorry. So how do you analyze this message header? And for Microsoft, keep this ID, sorry, this 10 MB of space for their message header. So in Microsoft, there's a tool called header analyzer. It's a Microsoft tool. Microsoft tool. Message, they have changed it to this. Okay, yeah, this was the tool. So if I analyze this message, it will show you the sender. Even you can see the normal message from the sender, that if you open the email, you'll be able to see that this email was created at this time, and sender is this, recipient is this. For a normal user, this is the information they can get from, like the sender is this, the recipient is this, it was sent on 16th March, and subject is this, and mailed by, so this is the gold goose.com. So this is their application they are using to send multiple emails. So this is like your job application for the floor manager. Listen, So this is one of the notification emails. So obviously they're using application to send these emails. Goldgoose.com. This is one of the application or some of the third party configuration to use to send bulk emails. So I might have configured somewhere to send me the job alerts. So I'm getting this alert. So whenever any job posting available on this website, they will create a general alert and they will send all the subscriber. That's how you get a YouTube subscription, YouTube notification emails. So as a customer, they don't know what is message header, but as admin, you should know what is message header. So you'll go to property, you'll copy this message header, and what we see from this message header is the complete path of the email. So if I show you here, it will show you the summary first. Your subject is this, your message ID is this, then your credit time is this. Somebody joined the call. Okay. So you will see these details like the message was sent from and sent to, then recipient header. So most of the cases we use this message header to analyze the mail delay issues. That is also one of the mail flow issue which we didn't cover, right? So customers reports that my email was sent 2 hours before and I received now. Why am I'm getting email delay issue? For troubleshooting email delay issues, you go to property, you get the message tray, you message header, and you paste it to the message header analyzer tool, and you will see all the path here. So max to max 80 to 90% of the email delay issues, you will find customer is using, not customer, company for whom he is working for, they are using Proofpoint or Cisco or Ironport or some kind of third party tool to filter emails. So you will see the complete path of the email. If I show you, Manoj, you're there? Hello? Manoj, are you there?
Yeah, Shikhar, I'm
Yeah.
there.
So
Yes, yes,
Manoj,
yes, yes,
since
Shikhar.
you're not from IT background, but I want to show you, since
Right.
Ali is already there from IT background and Vasant is IT background, they might, they already know all this. Ali, you know already this?
I know. Actually, I'm using the MX toolbox.
Yeah. So the MX Toolbox is one of the third party. But Manoj, I was trying to show, see, in backend, there is so much things happens in the backend. Let's suppose if I send a test email from my this ID to my Gmail another ID, compose email, and I send
Yeah.
chandar1215 at gmail.com. Time is test email 12:21 p.m. EST. Hello test. So I have sent email at 21. If I open my this inbox, let's suppose how much time it will take to come. It still did not come. You will say, this is my laptop. It's the same internet. It's the same IP. Now it came. So why it came so many seconds? In the backend, if I show you message trace of this email address, I will show you how the mail travel, how this mail traveled. Show original message, and this is message trace. So in a backend, so many things happen. So these many things happen with this message before it reaches to my inbox. Okay. So I'll open another message I had analyzer and I'll analyze this message. So this message, how do I narrow down? How do I drag it on top? Any idea? Okay, here. Yeah. So this message delivered to Chandar and this was X received by this AARC. This technology you don't need to know in deep, but it will show you complete path. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took 20 steps to reach in my inbox. And X Microsoft anti-spam mailbox deliver, it has one error missing, that section X Microsoft anti-spam mailbox delivery missing from email header. So it has SCL value we were talking about, it will show here somewhere. See, it will show SPF, it will show return path. It will some emails, if they don't have return path, my return path is same. But if you see this email address which I received from the job alert, it will have different email return path. Return path. Golden goose career underscore no reply golden goose. And if I show my original email, golden goose careers at underscore no reply. But this email, the
But in
return path,
signature is also mentioned a golden goose team.
yeah. So that email is being used through some third party tool or some application. But the point is, whenever we have email delay issue, it will show you the complete emails. Like, from here, the mail was, it came to outbound connector of mata email dot oracle crv.com. So this email was used, sent by oracle, okay, and lives on ei portal. So this is an application who is using oracle, who's taking services from oracle. So this was sent to through you oracle, and it's showing their ip address of that outbound connector which was used. Then it went here, orc.oracle.com, Oracle Communication Message Server. So it's their server IP addresses. So that's how the hacker being tracked. That's how the investigation happens whenever we get any threat email or any terrorist email or something. That's how the IT department track the email. That who is sending this email, from which IP is being used, and receiver host. So it will show 64-bit. Something happened to the, okay, in 15 minutes it will over. So this will show this second it will take came here, then it came to dkim sign oracle. So dkim is one of the also dns record which we discussed in beginning. Will go in deep into this. Then smtp mail, oracle cloud, oracle based, then smtp mail server. So total it took 1 second to receive email after sending. So what happens in the email delay? It will show you 2 hours, 1 hour. So we have to troubleshoot to find out that it left our server within 0 second. Then it went to iron port server and it stayed there for 2 hours. So it's not issue from our end. It's a server, it's a iron port server. Then it took 2 hours to release that email. Then we will open a case with our iron port services or whichever third party services which we are using, and will complain them that we are getting message delay issues, and they will identify that their filtering service is down and this service is down. That's the reason the emails were delayed. We'll open the case if it's a critical issues or multiple users are facing issues. So troubleshoot issues on mail delay issue. We use this tool called message analyzer, header analyzer. Sometimes for troubleshooting spam issue also we use this. Like emails are going to quarantine, so we'll see our SCL value. SCL value is not showing in this email because it's not the Microsoft. It's showing content type. These are the format TXT, HTML, and MIME version, authentication results, receiver SPF. So these all are the background technology. We take around 10 MB space maximum. Microsoft keep that space if you talk about size issue as a mail flow. Understood, guys? Manoj, it clear? Ali, Vasant,
Yeah, yeah,
Ravi.
it's clear. Right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, sir.
yes.
Yes, figure.
So it takes so many hopes to make an email travel from one place to another place. You didn't even realize it took 15 complete steps to analyze to make one email delivered safely to your inbox. And to troubleshoot, if I show you any of your my email which was junk, I'll show you. I will show you why it was showing junk spam. So I'll open this. This is seems a genuine email. I'll show you real spam. Zing Vani Nexon's birthday today. Notifications. Family Zing birthday. Becky license cancelled. Order confirmation. Payment decline. I mean, these emails I have marked them junk, but now it's going to into junk. So I'll show you this. Nano Banana is 2 is now available. It's sent from signed by Akul 2026. It seems like an fake message akul.com. So I'll show you this message. I can't copy the message header because it's in junk folder.
Because of spam folder.
Yeah, it's in spam folder. First, I have to release this. So let's suppose I mark this as a not spam. I don't want to take risk on my primary inbox. Sorry, this is my primary email. I'll check my this email. This is my okay, there's one more email I have created for testing. Yeah, this is my one more email for teaching. Yeah, spam. Alibaba. So this Alibaba, one of the website, even it's a genuine website. If I mark it as a not spam, see dot 99 for less, something like this. I will say subject line, mark as not spam, and then I search this email. I found this. So I'll click here. Show is none, and I'll copy the message header. So whenever you open a case with Microsoft always asks this information that they need message header to troubleshoot for issues related to this kind of issues. So this is the message header of the email which was actually spam. See, section error X anti-spam mailbox delivery missing from. So that's the reason it marked as a spam. It took 5 seconds to reach from one connector to another connector. It also has 17 steps to be followed. This anti-spam mailbox delivery was the error. That's the reason it was missing and marked as a spam. So to troubleshoot such kind of emails also, you can use this tool called Microsoft uh, Message Analyzer, Header Analyzer. That is a Microsoft free tool available on the internet. All right. So this is how we troubleshoot the mail flow issues, the attachment issues, email delay issues, and common issues like emails are not getting delivered or something. Like you can simply log into Microsoft admin portal. You can go to message trace and you can trace the message and you can track them. You can simply tell them that where the email was delivered. It will show that email was delivered to this folder. It was delivered to this folder. You general common issues you troubleshoot like this. But if you have issues with attachment issues, you will find it issue with anti-spam or something. But you have to identify and prove to the customers. Understood? So I think we covered 1 hour just for mail flow, and our meeting will end it in 5-8 minutes. This 8 minutes will cover any doubts, any questions you have. Please ask.
Sharma, another point we have missed. If your user mailbox is full, that time also his mails is not received.
Correct.
If
Correct.
you user in
So
under litigation hold, the
correct.
purge folder is full. That time also user not received any emails.
So that is the benefit, guys, of having the people who are actually working with the Office 365 team these days. So Ali has good experience, and it's good that he's sharing the experience. Similarly, we have Vasant also. Similarly, we have one more person. Are you from Office 365, guy? I mean, Chenna Rao. Chenna Rao, what's your? Is it your correct name?
Chandra, he was also in Office 35.
Yeah, even he was in Office 365, but now he's into different. So people should share their experience. So in email size issue, what we do, we they are not able to receive emails, or they're not able to send emails, but their mailbox is on premise. So we simply log into our admin portal. We'll see that email size is full. So we'll ask them their mailbox size is full. So they'll go and take an approval from their manager. If it's on premise mailboxes, then we'll increase the size based on their manager approval. Sometimes user is using cloud, but they have 100 GB of already space occupied. Then we'll not we'll ask them to delete the old emails or the high size emails, archive them, enable on car archives. And sometimes they have, huge attachments. If people are from uh, silent purchase background, or from photography background, or from
Yes,
the
users mailbox also get full, shared mailbox also get full. Then what we need to do, we assist them to delete unwanted emails,
unwanted
eh,
emails, correct.
or they can clear the sent email box because multiple emails are there in send email. So if there is no use those emails, they can delete those emails, and they can increase the mailbox size. Like they can assign that SharePoint online license as well with that mailbox. Then that size also increase.
Okay. So such experience you guys can share. How do you troubleshoot such issues? So Ali, if I say that my mails are getting delayed, how do you troubleshoot them? What is the best practices?
Yeah, first we need to same you go. We need to go check the mail trace. We need to identify if you there is a smart host. The mostly the external emails, it's a facing for the smart host only. The smart host is blocking for the external emails for the attachments, some related the any misconfiguration of the connectors.
Correct,
Depends
The
on
correct.
the
smart host
situation.
is like proof point or something else you're talking about.
Yes, it's a depend on the organization. My
Okay,
organization
okay.
using this group point. Some different organizations using the Cisco. It
Yes,
depends
yes,
on the
yes, yes, yes.
organization.
Okay,
Correct,
okay.
correct. So smart host, as we discussed, is also type of connector which has the IP address where the email should be delivered. It's like an express route that email should not go to any other, the normal route. It will directly, if it has a conditions match, smart host is smart enough to deliver the email directly where it was told to deliver.
That is conditional access,
No,
conditional
no,
policy
no, no,
will be
no,
there,
no,
right?
no, no, no,
Like
It's
that.
not come
no,
to the condition policies. This
no.
scenario,
Okay.
condition policy is different.
It's a different. Smart host is something like, let's suppose I have Manoj. He is my partner. So I know Manoj will send bigger emails, always, more than 20 MB size. He is working in the photo industry. He click photos, he sent to my company. He wants me to enhance these photos and upload these photos on his behalf on Facebook. So he does not want to reduce the qualities because he is a photographer and he does not have time to manage Facebook. He is a big photographer. His job is just to take photos and send to me. So he will not WhatsApp me because the size will reduce. He will simply attach into emails. So I don't want Manoj to worry about editing and uploading and taking care of the website of the Facebook. But I just want him to enjoy his photography. But whenever he done clicking pictures, I want him to send me. So what I'll do, I'll create a transport rule, and I'll simply say that do not apply the conditions which impact the if there's more size, 20 MB size, it will route through attachments, it will route through all the policies. So smart host will you know s- directly route these emails to dedicatedly wherever I want this email to be traveled. and it will not delete that email. It's a smart enough to, but it will only take care of the emails of Manoj. So generally, the smart hosts are being configured for applications which are being used for Amazon or for order or for college admission notifications, notifications emails, printers. So smart hosts are for configured for printers, like printer is scanning emails and sending. But to troubleshoot, you should know this. This is also one comes under mail flow. Mail flow is not only troubleshooting users, which troubleshoot on delay issues and all. Most of the delay issue happens in shooting happens on application issues, that my application being migrated from my to cloud, but after it's migrated we stop receiving emails. So we need to troubleshoot the connectors. We need to see the smart host, what IP address being configured, the IP address which is given to us to configure the smart host, that IP is not available, that server is not available. So how do we deliver the emails? So we need to troubleshoot this, where the email being configured, the host IP is being given of the server which is responsible to deliver the emails. That IP is not available. That's the reason emails getting delivered. Delayed. So we need to troubleshoot and explain to the customer. So I think 1 hour is over, and it was a good session. We'll continue every day 1 hour if you guys are free. And even it took just one topic, but we covered in deep.
Sure, Chandra.
Sure, sure.
And
Sure, sir.
please
Thank you.
do share your comments or your feedback if anything you needs to improve. Okay.
Sure, sir. Okay.
So we'll connect in, once again tomorrow. Daily for 1 hour, I'll try to cover it. And see, we are taking too much time to dis- discuss on one topic, but it's very deep and very important to understand the basics.
Call is going to end now. Bye.
Okay, okay.